यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम एक स्टॉक जितना बढ़ सकता है इंडियन मार्केट में वो 20% है।
राइट।
पर यूएस में मैं देखता हूँ ओरेकल जैसी कंपनी भी दिन में 30-40% बढ़ जाती है।
कोई अपर लोअर सर्किट नहीं है तो लॉट मोर वॉलेटिलिटी। इफ यू आर अ लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर इट काइंड ऑफ शेक्स यू, राइट? इंडिया में आपके पास एक डीमैट अकाउंट होता है, यूएस में वो डीमैट अकाउंट का कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है।
आप कुछ नंबर्स थ्रो कर सकते हो कि जैसे वी नो इतने लोगों का इंडिया में डीमैट अकाउंट है, इतने लोग इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, बट व्हाट अबाउट ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टिंग? कितने लोग आज के टाइम पे इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं? क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट साइज लेके बैठे हैं वो लोग?
It's still very early days for Indians investing internationally. So today if you look at it, less than
आई थिंक प्रॉपर करेक्शन यूएस मार्केट्स में एक लंबे समय का 2008 के बाद कभी देखा ही नहीं मैंने। 17 ईयर गुड रैली, डू वी एक्सपेक्ट कि इसमें और फ्यूल है?
over the last 17 years, something or the other has happened in terms of innovation in the US. Right from internet to mobile to now AI, the markets have given some or the other opportunity. And
हेलो एवरीवन, अगर मैं इंटरनेशनल इन्वेस्टिंग की बात करूं तो एक ऐसा मार्केट है जिसने इंडियन मार्केट्स को ऑन अ लॉन्गर टाइम फ्रेम हर बार बीट किया है इन डॉलर टर्म्स, दैट इज़ द यूएस मार्केट्स। तो इसलिए जब भी ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टिंग की बात होती है एक मार्केट की बात हम डेफिनेटली करते हैं और हमें करनी चाहिए, दैट इज़ द यूएस मार्केट्स। अब यूएस मार्केट्स में इन्वेस्ट करने के बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हमारे पास नहीं है, बट देयर आर सम प्लेटफॉर्म्स जिन्होंने ये काम हमारे लिए बहुत आसान किया है। वन ऑफ दोज प्लेटफॉर्म्स इज वेस्टेड। टुडे वी हैव विद अस विराम, जो हमें इंटरनेशनल इन्वेस्टिंग और यूएस मार्केट्स के बारे में बताएंगे कि कैसे आप वहाँ इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो एंड एट द वेरी सेम टाइम कितना एक्सपोजर आपको इन पर्टिकुलर साइड में लेना चाहिए, कंप्राइजिंग ऑफ योर एंटायर पोर्टफोलियो। आई एम वेरी श्योर आपके पास हैंड्स ऑन डेटा एवरीडे होता है कि लोग कहाँ इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, कहाँ एक्सपोजर ज़्यादा ले रहे हैं इंडिया से यूएस में। तो राइट नाउ वेयर इज़ द मनी गोइंग फ्रॉम इंडिया? इज़ इट गोइंग टूवर्ड्स द टेक कंपनीज या फिर जो कुछ कुछ मेटल्स ऐसे हैं जिनके ईटीएफ्स इंडिया में नहीं है, फॉर एग्जांपल कॉपर है, यूरेनियम है, इज इट गोइंग देयर?
yeah, so interesting. We've seen a lot of interesting trends over the last 5-6 years since we've been around. You know, right from some of the things that happened in GameStop to eventually sort of some China-related interest in the last couple of years. All of those things. So. And tech, of course, being the underlying theme. And nowadays, I think what is interesting on the stock side, अगर आप देखो तो it's actually what you may be hearing in the news is largely true that it's become an AI play largely in the US. And वो हम लोग को डेटा में भी दिखते आता है. So
करेक्ट।
for the longest time, the most held or most popular stock on vested was Tesla.
ओके।
And starting में तो मतलब there were like a lot of Elon fans who started and they start with Tesla but actually फिर over time एक बड़ा portfolio proper
Correct.
portfolio बनाते हैं, but
Correct.
to get started is that fancy of holding
वो
Tesla.
एंकर टेस्ला
हाँ,
प्ले करता है,
हाँ,
किया था उनमें।
तो पहला फंडिंग जो होता है वो टेस्ला खरीदने के लिए होता है. Now that has shifted to Nvidia. So that is a sign of kind of how this entire AI sort of interest is playing out. And specifically now within AI, we see sub themes that come in and go out. So overall, semiconductor as a theme, AMD has been something that has become quite popular. All of these Qualcomm, Broadcom
Right.
are interesting. Most recently, over the last couple of months, we saw memory companies becoming quite interesting. So Micron है, SanDisk है,
राइट।
हाँ. So those now have become popular. So
Right.
largely, US as a market is now becoming more and more related to AI, which may or may not be a good thing. तो वो एक है, but it is playing out.
10 साल की अर्निंग्स को आज ही वैल्यूएशन में कैप्चर हो कर लिया है बहुत
Correct.
सारी कंपनी।
करेक्ट. तो वो एक चीज लोगों को ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए, यू शुड कीप इट माइंड. वो दैट इज ऑन द स्टॉक साइड, बट यू काइंड ऑफ मेंशन्ड मेटल्स.
Right.
हाँ, तो दैट्स ऑन द ETF साइड. एक्चुअली वी हैव सीन दैट एंड इन द न्यूज़ ऑफ कोर्स इट्स बीन all over how metals have sort of rallied, and we have seen because India markets may you don't get opportunities to invest into certain metals. So we've seen particularly copper, which has even in the US आपको direct copper exposure actually नहीं मिलता है.
करेक्ट।
तो but you get copper miners का एक ETF है.
राइट।
So which is one of the popular ones now.
Right.
And then silver. There are a bunch of ETFs, and those have also suddenly now come up in the top 10 ETFs.
Right.
So there are these AI metal trends, and ऐसे trends आते हैं जाते हैं that we've seen kind of play out.
एंड यूएस मार्केट इंडियन मार्केट से कितना अलग है? अगर मैं यहाँ पे स्टॉक्स में इन्वेस्ट करता हूँ तो एक डिफरेंस जो मुझे पता है कि यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम एक स्टॉक जितना बढ़ सकता है इंडियन मार्केट में वो 20% है।
Right.
पर यूएस में मैं देखता हूँ ओरेकल जैसी कंपनी भी दिन में 30-40% बढ़ जाती है।
Correct.
तो इसके अलावा और क्या डिफरेंसेस है इन जनरल इन्वेस्टिंग बिटवीन इंडियन मार्केट्स एंड यूएस मार्केट्स?
So one in day to day which you'll notice is exactly this कि कोई upper lower circuit नहीं है.
Right.
तो lot more volatility, and which means if you're a long term investor, it kind of shakes you, right? कि आप
Right.
suddenly portfolio देख रहे हो इतना ऊपर नीचे जा रहा है, तो you have to keep your emotions in control if you're a long term investor. बाकी there are some structural changes, so structural differences rather, कि इंडिया में आपके पास एक डीमैट अकाउंट होता है, यूएस में वो डीमैट अकाउंट का कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है.
Okay.
तो इट्स बेसिकली अ कस्टोडियन मॉडल जहाँ पे एक कस्टोडियन है जो ब्रोकर के नाम पे सब शेयर्स रखते हैं.
Okay.
There is no separate kind of demat account that you get with a depository.
Right.
So now within the broker जो उनका ledger होता है, in that whoever's holdings are there is the source of truth, and there's a lot
Okay.
of faith placed on the broker and a lot of oversight on overall brokers.
So the SEC directly oversees the broker
Correct.
with regards to this as well.
Yes. So there is a sub-organization formed which is called FINRA, which is
Okay.
meant specifically within the SEC to oversee brokers.
Similar to a trust that we have in India.
So this is a regulatory body.
Okay, अच्छा, it's a regulatory body
हाँ.
in itself.
हाँ, it's a self-regulated organization meant
Okay.
to regulate brokers.
Okay.
So that in itself is a different kind of structure. So a lot of time we get a question कि you know how can I verify my holdings कि मैं डीमैट अकाउंट का holdings कैसे check करूँ?
Correct.
Because that's what we are used to.
Right.
But वो concept है ही नहीं. And even a US resident has the same structure the way our customers have.
Okay.
So that is one kind of structural difference. बाकी another interesting thing is कि आप through the US markets पूरी दुनिया को ट्रेड कर सकते हैं actually.
Because सबके ETFs US markets पे
हाँ,
available है. Correct.
ETFs है, ADRs है.
Correct.
So
ADRs भी है.
हाँ.
Infosys का ADR listed है.
Correct.
Okay.
BYD, for example, अभी आपको चाहिए तो you have the ADR there
Right.
that you can invest in. So that again is one thing people don't realize कि you actually can invest globally, not necessarily if you're investing through US market that you're taking exposure to the US economy.
Right.
You are actually getting global exposure in a way.
US में मैंने देखा है बहुत सारे इनोवेटिव ETFs भी है. So जब मैं इंडियन मार्केट्स के ETFs देखता हूँ तो मैं देखता हूँ कि निफ्टी 50 है, नेक्स्ट 50 है, मिड कैप 150 है, स्मॉल कैप 250 है.
Yeah.
उसके बियॉन्ड ETF में इतना इनोवेशन इंडिया में हुआ नहीं है, पर हो रहा है धीरे धीरे.
Yes.
बट US मार्केट्स में ETFs को लेके और कैसे इनोवेशन है जो पर्सनल फाइनेंस में लोगों को हेल्प करते हैं?
The India kind of has going through a phase which the US has gone through, where the transition from kind of mutual funds or active to passive happened in I think 20-30 years back. और
Correct.
India में वो accelerated pace पे हो रहा है.
Right.
So US has already played that out, and now because of that, the ETF sort of depth is very good. So
Correct.
I think there are more than 2,000 ETFs, and some of the unique things जो आपको मिल जाता है इसमें is you get good thematic exposure. So
Right.
if you want, for example, a cyber security ETF, तो you don't need to build kind of a portfolio on top of it. वो आपको ETF के through ही मिल जाएगा. Global exposure is one big one on the ETF side. You have any country you talk about, you will have like an MSCI ETF that is an ETF that's tracking the MSCI index.
जो इमर्जिंग इकोनॉमिक्स को भी ट्रैक कर लेता है.
हाँ, कंट्री लेवल सब, मतलब ब्राजील चाहिए,
कोरिया चाहिए.
हाँ, साउथ
Okay.
कोरिया चाहिए, जापान चाहिए, anything that you want you will get. So that global exposure through ETFs is another
Correct.
very unique thing. बाकी but still the two largest are the index ETFs वहाँ पे, and
S&P 500
हाँ, Nasdaq 100.
Nasdaq 100. Okay.
हाँ, तो वो दोनों तो are very very popular. But then there are these sub sort of thematic and country level exposure that you can get, which is interesting.
But lately, Nasdaq 100 और S&P 500 दोनों में issues है कि they are become so dominant by the tech
Yeah.
stocks. There is some proportion, right, that if I'm buying S&P 500, yet my majority exposure is going in tech stocks.
Yes.
So has the index become lot biased lately?
It has. That is a challenge, especially the Nasdaq 100. तो वहाँ because it's a smaller mix, the
right.
top heavy sort of exposure is very high.
Correct.
Uh,
So as a
Yeah.
retailer who is wanting to invest in the US markets, मेरे को ये negate करना है, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए कि मैं इन पे ही exposure लूँ, कहीं और भी लूँ. So what could be a possible solution?
one is there is also kind of a market, an equal weighted sort of Nasdaq 100 ETF.
Oh, nice.
So right now the ones are market cap weighted, which
Right.
is why because these larger companies are becoming just larger,
Mhm.
the exposure is too big.
Correct.
But there are even equal weighted ones,
Okay.
same index but equal weighted. So
Correct.
which are actually some interesting things that we've seen.
Okay. And US markets पिछले आई थिंक प्रॉपर करेक्शन US मार्केट्स में एक लंबे समय का 2008 के बाद कभी देखा ही नहीं मैंने. 2020 में भी जो आया था दैट वाज वेरी शॉर्ट लिव्ड. सो अ 17-year गुड रैली, डू वी एक्सपेक्ट कि इसमें और फ्यूल है या फिर वी कैन व्हाट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट आउट ऑफ द मार्केट्स? इज देयर टाइम करेक्शन, प्राइस करेक्शन, एनीथिंग दैट वी कैन?
Yeah, it's such an interesting case study, right? Because over the last 17 years, something or the other has happened in terms of innovation in the
Correct.
US. And uski wajah se, right from internet to mobile to now AI, the markets have given some or the other opportunity. And it is largely due to the fact that US में जो innovation होता है, it is so far been, world leading. Right? So now again, like we already spoke about, the exposure is to how this AI story plays out.
Correct.
So one has to keep that's going to be the fuel to the fire. So
Okay.
you have to look at how does it actually play out in the earnings.
Is it making money? It is generating profits, right?
And there are kind of polarizing views, but there are views which actually the efficiency gains are so high that you will get more profits from it, which is what is going to be baked into the prices.
Correct.
And yeah.
एंड एज एन इंडियन अगर मुझे मार्केट्स में यूएस मार्केट्स में इन्वेस्ट करना है तो गवर्नमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से क्या लिमिटेशंस है हाउ मच मनी आई पर्सनली कैन इन्वेस्ट यूएस मार्केट्स में जाके या फिर मैं पूरा पोर्टफोलियो शिफ्ट कर सकता हूँ कल
कर तो सकते हो, ऐसा लिमिटेशन नहीं है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट योर पोर्टफोलियो इज, बट देयर आर सर्टेन लिमिटेशंस फ्रॉम अ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ हाउ मच यू कैन इन्वेस्ट एंड व्हाट यू कैन इन्वेस्ट इन,
Okay.
राइट? सो देयर इज यू कैन डू और ट्रांसफर up to $2.5 lakh, so $250,000 a year.
That is 2.2 crore sorts.
हाँ,
Correct.
correct. 2 crores जितना you can invest annually, and if you, of course, as a family, you can do more. This is per individual.
Correct.
So that's one limit, and then the other is what you can or cannot invest in. So you basically cannot do derivatives.
Okay.
So that becomes something. If you are looking at F&O exposure, you cannot do that.
Okay.
You cannot borrow, so you can't do margin.
Pledging, margin, all those
Ha,
things you cannot do.
those
Okay.
things you cannot do.
Okay.
You can't do FX trading.
Okay.
So some of those things are limitations, but if you're looking at investing or if you're looking at just equity trading, those are things you can do.
Okay. And जैसे यहाँ पे we know equities पे there's a LTCG of 12.5% और short term taxes around 20% plus surcharge plus S. How does it work for US investing for an Indian who is doing it from Wested, say for example?
Right. So LTCG is the same, but just that the threshold is 2 years. So it's not
Okay,
1 year, it's 24 months.
Okay.
And short term is as per your income tax slab.
Okay. All right.
हाँ.
So higher tax brackets will have to pay the same taxes, right?
Yeah.
And बहुत एक US मार्केट इन्वेस्टिंग के लिए इंडियंस के लिए एक नरेशन ये भी चलता है कि 2007 से लेके या 2025 में we have seen the dollar appreciate rather from 40 rupee to 91 rupee.
Yes.
तो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द रिटर्न जो मैं यूएस मार्केट से कमाता हूँ a good portion of that is because of this dollar appreciation and rupee depreciation. तो लोग बोलते हैं ये क्यों करना है, फिर आप गोल्ड ही ले लो ना, आपको ये रिटर्न तो ये 40 से 90 रुपए का रिटर्न तो आपको गोल्ड में एनी में मिल ही जाएगा. So I still go for US stocks specifically.
So it's one is this is just an underlying kicker in a way, actually.
Right.
Is you still get stock-based returns on top of it. Right? So that is where versus gold, you get a certain base return, but then you get a return on top of that as well, which is why it makes it interesting. When we started Vested, 70 पे था और अब I think 92 touch हुआ yesterday. So it has phases. मतलब some years it has not depreciated much. These last couple of years, because of tariffs and the focus on exports, I think there is a lot more depreciation. But otherwise, some years it may be 1%. Some years, like we've seen, has been 5-6%. The average 3-4% होता है, which is just, I feel like you shouldn't think about it as कि यार ये मेरा extra इधर से मैं returns बनाऊंगा. This is more just an additional return you get apart from
की तरह वर्क कर रहा है. It's not the main source of returns. Correct. Okay. And इंडिया में बहुत लोग FANG stocks जो बोलते हैं, यहाँ पे there is an acronym where people call it FANG, Facebook, Apple, Google, Microsoft. Now they also added Tesla, Nvidia to the entire list plus करके. इसके अलावा और कौन सी themes आप देखते हो जो लोग explore कर रहे हैं इंडिया से US markets में?
It's very encouraging for us to see that people are looking beyond just these large FANG stocks now, which is good. Some of the things that we've seen become popular recently, like defense as a sector, especially given the policies
the US
today.
defense sector.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So some of the companies, like Palantir, for example, is there. Then some of these defense manufacturing companies have become quite interesting for people.
Okay.
Another sector that is seeing a bit of change and has potential, people have started recognizing it, is the healthcare sector.
Okay.
So within that, you have these large healthcare companies like the likes of Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk. So a lot of innovation happening from the kind of medicines or drugs they are producing, right? वो एक है. Plus there is the futuristic healthcare, which is gene editing, genomics as a sector, which a lot of focus on human longevity, how we can expand our lifespan. So वहाँ पे there are certain companies that are also available. So people have focused on that. Then what else? We've also seen like cybersecurity as a sector pick up, because more and more, I mean, this is kind of the underlying infrastructure. जो as we become more and more digital, वो चाहिए ही होगा infrastructure. हाँ, so these 2-3 things. Another one is, which we are biased towards, is kind of cross-border financial services actually. कि आज even though maybe in a way the world is deglobalizing from a trade point of view, but
currency
पैसा
exchange घूम रहा है.
पैसा global हो रहा है more and more, no matter how, like with underlying stable coins, with cryptocurrency as a trend, with advancements in sort of money movement. So cross-border financial services again a sector that we have seen become more and more interesting.
These, like the sectors that you mentioned, you get to know because you run vested. Now, as an individual, मुझे जब मैं US stocks या US investing की बात करता हूँ तो मुझे S&P 500 और Nasdaq 100 ये दो चीज़ें ध्यान आती है. बट ऐसे कुछ म्यूचुअल फंड्स भी है इंडिया में जो यहाँ पे एक्सपोजर दे देते हैं. तो व्हाई नॉट ऑप्ट फॉर दोज एंड व्हाई गो डायरेक्टली एंड एक्सप्लोर द मार्केट इंडिविजुअली.
Yeah, and you can actually, that is also a great route to be able to add some global diversification जिसको easy way में चाहिए तो, and without going through the hassles of converting into dollars, opening your own brokerage account, the related tax implications around that. If you don't want to do any of that, the mutual fund route is excellent.
Correct.
वहाँ एक चैलेंज ये है कि वो एक इंडस्ट्री कैप है $7 billion का जो हिट हो चुका है, तो some of these may not take fresh investments. और फिर
this is the reason why they don't take lump sum investments जिनका SIP चल रहा है वो चल रहा है.
Correct. What is happening though is a lot of these funds are now opening up funds in Gift City.
Okay.
Which is another way for you, but वहाँ still you have to send money under LRS, all of those things. But if one is looking for the fund route, that is also a good one.
Right.
That you can look at.
All right. And आप कुछ नंबर्स थ्रो कर सकते हो कि जैसे वी नो इतने लोगों का इंडिया में डीमैट अकाउंट है, इतने लोग इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, बट व्हाट अबाउट ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टिंग? कितने लोग आज के टाइम पे इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं? क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट साइज लेके बैठे हैं वो लोग? It is actually democratizing the entire investing flow from India to the US.
Even though we've been around for 6 years, it's still very early days for Indians investing internationally.
Okay.
So today, if you look at it, less than 1% of financial assets Indian investors के would be diversified overseas.
Okay. जो total अभी invest कर रहे हो उसका भी 1% ही है.
हाँ.
Okay.
And if you see the global trend as a country becomes developed, that percentage increases.
Okay.
Because people want ki beyond the domestic markets, where else do I allocate money? Because I have more money in general. So, like UK, for example, UK, Japan has about 40% diversified internationally.
Okay.
US has 20%.
Are these the institutes diversifying or retailers के point?
Individual,
Okay.
Individual financial assets. China, over the last 10-15 years, has seen now 5 to 10% of assets diversified overseas.
Okay.
So, it is bound to sort of increase as a percentage of your overall assets as a country becomes wealthier.
Right.
So, that's and it's a 15-20 year trend that is going to play out. Sort of see an average account size of about 8 to 10 lakhs. So, it tends to be a little bit more serious investors who, in India में invest कर रखा है now, who are looking at international exposure. So, that's the audience that comes to us. We now have more than 10,000 crores that people have invested through us.
Okay.
And I think as sort of financial wealth increases, there will be more and more exposure.
What is the structure like? जैसे मैं यहाँ पे कोई broker के through invest करता हूँ तो if I am investing, essentially there is no brokerage. But जब मैं international invest कर रहा हूँ, say for example through Vested.
Yeah.
What is the brokerage like? How do I pay the fees of getting access to this route?
So there is two kind of differences versus when you would invest into India. One is कि आपको rupee to dollar convert करना है.
Correct.
तो वहाँ पे एक fee component आ जाता है.
Okay. Exchange rate पे.
हाँ, exchange rate पे.
Okay.
पहले तो fixed fees भी होता था, हर transaction में pay करना है, but now वो चला गया है.
Okay.
तो exchange rate पे typically पहले 3% type होता था per transaction. Now we have reduced it to 1 to 1.5% with our partner banks.
Okay.
I think over time वो और भी कम होगा.
These partner banks are the banks in the US.
नहीं, इंडिया में.
Okay.
Wherever you may have accounts, certain banks have partnered with us and more and more keep partnering.
Okay, all right.
So that's one cost, the money movement cost एक है.
Right.
And then the second is
And this goes to the bank.
That goes to the bank.
Okay, entirely.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And certain banks we have sort of a fees that we have with them. तो हाँ, but mostly वही होता है.
ठीक है.
And then there is the brokerage. तो ये दोनों cost है. Brokerage today is not like India where it is 0 for delivery and those kind of things. There are two plans. There is 0.25% and 0.15%.
Okay.
And it is capped per trade. कि इससे ज़्यादा आप नहीं pay करोगे. So that's what it is. Again, I think as scale comes, it becomes more efficient.
Right. And like this was similar to what India was maybe 10-15 years back, जहाँ पे एक percentage of traded value का आपको brokerage देना पड़ता था. Correct. But the numbers are not that big for people to not invest, or this can become a deciding factor, I think.
Correct.
It's very minimal अगर किसी को exposure लेना है and for that if they're paying. Correct. And in terms of awareness, where do you see कि इंडिया में awareness कितना कम है regarding investing in the US? जैसे आपने कहा कि कोई anchor play करता है, Elon Musk from US got famous, so people
Yeah.
invested in Tesla. Tomorrow SpaceX gets listed, so people might as well invest in that because Elon Musk का कंपनी हो. बट अवेयरनेस कहाँ लैक करती है इंडियंस में, जहाँ पे जैसे आपने 4-5 सेक्टर्स और बताया, डिफेंस बताया, साइबर सिक्योरिटी बताया, उसके बारे में मुझे और बाकी इंडियंस को तो पता ही नहीं है कि ऐसे भी सेक्टर्स है जो इमर्ज हो रही है यूएस में.
Yeah.
सो हाउ डू आई गेट एक्सेस टू दैट?
Yeah, it's tricky. मतलब it's a long term thing for people to get more and more awareness. एक और human psychology भी है, this thing called home bias, where
Right.
क्योंकि आप इतनी जगहों से सुन रहे हो about India related investing and about opportunities in India, you end up being sort of thinking that okay, because मैं यहाँ हूँ, I will be making better decisions and there are better opportunities available here.
Correct.
But actually it's just a bias. दुनिया भर में great companies are there, great entrepreneurs are there that you can invest in. तो वो bias overcome करने के लिए you typically need a trigger. You need some kind of FOMO or somebody trusted telling you कि चलो ये करना चाहिए because this is going to be the benefit. So for that to happen across the entire spectrum of Indian investors, time लगेगा. But content like this sort of creating more and more opportunities for people to discover interesting business models, all of that I think will help.
और क्या मतलब जैसे इंडिया में धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे कंपनियां बड़ी हो रही है और मार्केट्स ग्रो हो रहे हैं, स्मॉल मिड कैप कंपनीज भी काफ़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन देने लग गई है रिटेलर्स को, जिसके बेसिस पे वो डिसीजन ले सकते हैं. बीट बी कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल्स, बीट बी प्रेजेंटेशंस, एवरी कंपनी इज डूइंग इट एंड द एक्सेस टू इन्फॉर्मेशन आई हैव. क्या यूएस में कंपनियां उतना ट्रांसपेरेंटली इन्फॉर्मेशन पास ऑन करती है या ज़्यादा करती है?
Yeah, I think overall, in fact, maybe more because
Okay.
the small mid cap companies there are also decent sized companies
Correct.
actually. So they all will be, 1 billion plus at least.
Correct.
So with that comes good governance standards and sort of disclosures. Actually, एक चीज वहाँ जो मेरे को अच्छी लगती है personally is just it's a lot more standardized in terms of the disclosure format. तो आपको कुछ भी ढूंढना होगा तो आपको पता होगा कि quarterly earning में कहाँ मिलेगा.
Right.
So all of those things I think are helpful. And
Correct.
lot of people when they learn about investing, actually case studies, because the US companies have been larger or content has been created around it. आपको अगर valuation सीखना होता है तो आप typically US companies का देख के सीखते हो कि कैसे
Correct.
valuation करना है, right? तो वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं पता होगा. So that's helpful.
आई थिंक यूएस मार्केट एक ऐसा मार्केट है जहाँ पे मैंने लार्ज मिड स्मॉल कैप के अलावा मेगा कैप भी एक
हाँ.
सुना है कि ऐसा होता है. दीज आर बेसिकली द गूगल्स एंड एप्पल्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. इंडियन मार्केट्स में हम लोग बहुत सारे टूल्स यूज़ करते हैं. वी यूज़ स्क्रीनर, वी यूज़ चार्टिंग, वी यूज़ तिजोरी, वी यूज़ कैनेक्स. दीज प्रोडक्ट्स हेल्प अस टू रीड अबाउट कंपनीज मार्केट्स बेटर. एनीथिंग दैट यू वुड रिकमेंड कि यूएस मार्केट्स को अगर किसी को पढ़ना है तो ये टूल्स को या फिर इन प्लेटफॉर्म्स को एक्सेस कर सकता है जहाँ से इन्फॉर्मेशन उसको एनालिटिकल इन्फॉर्मेशन गेज कर पाए वो?
काफी सारे हैं actually because the US markets have been one of the largest. So there are one basic one which I've seen a lot of people use is like Yahoo Finance is a very good tool.
Okay.
Seeking Alpha करके is a good sort of base for content around companies.
Okay.
So we see certain folks using that. There are a bunch of screener tools also.
Okay.
We have our own screener also, which of our customers have been using to be able to screen. So काफी है. I mean, there is in fact a wide variety, and the not particular ones that come to mind, but there are a lot that one can look at.
Got it. Also, Viram, recently in the last 1 year, I saw South Korean markets giving 80% returns.
Yeah.
Chinese markets giving good returns. Then there were some of the European companies in pockets did really well. तो why only US? आप दूसरे countries में कोई तरीका क्यों नहीं है कि मैं invest कर सकूं?
That's a very good point, and in fact, that's what we increasingly believe कि एक country के exchanges का access is a limiting factor to a certain extent once you get started doing that. So one of the things we believe now and are going to take action on it is how can we open up other markets as well. Recently, we saw interest in Brazil also on the platform, and China, of course, like you spoke about. Some of the other Asian markets, Japan has become very interesting. So our mission at Vested is कि जो भी regulatory wise allowed है, how can we provide anything globally available to customers. The other thing also that I'll mention is हम ये public equities के बारे में बात करें. Now a lot of these companies are in fact going public at a much later valuation. So there is excellent opportunities in the private markets also.
Right.
जो अभी तक typically only funds or people who have let's say 3, 4, 5 crores to put in one go invest in. So now we have started enabling access to private companies as well through a fund structure. तो let's say you want to invest into a SpaceX, you want to invest into a Perplexity.
Right.
So that you can start investing with $10,000-15,000.
Okay.
And because a lot of the value जब तक अभी SpaceX public जा रहा है 1 ट्रिलियन के वैल्यूएशन पे जा रहा है, तो मतलब वो पूरा वैल्यू क्रिएशन तो चला ही गया
Already, right.
तो that again looking at private opportunities and global private opportunities and how can you get access to it as an
How
investor.
is it legally possible to do that? Like
So
इंडिया में भी नहीं है अभी तक कोई प्लेटफॉर्म जो इंडिया के प्राइवेट कंपनीज में हेल्प कर दे डायरेक्टली इन्वेस्ट करने को.
हाँ, सो बिकॉज इंडिया में आप डायरेक्ट कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीदते हो, यूएस में आप फंड के थ्रू होल्ड करोगे वो.
Okay, all right.
हाँ, so there's a regulated structure in the US which today annually 160 billion gets traded in these private markets.
Okay.
And these are all through funds and you are allowed to invest internationally in any fund structure.
Got it.
So that's how you can do it.
Correct. And say for example, आपने कहा कि average ticket size is 10 lakh rupees to like of people who are investing at vested. So say for example मैं 10 लाख रुपए लेके आ रहा हूँ. What is the step one process till step like the final step which will help me get going with investing money on vested?
So it's quite simple now. I mean, the first as you would do in India also is आपको एक KYC करना होगा.
Correct.
And that KYC requires your PAN and Aadhaar and it's as per India regulations. So once you submit the KYC form, it takes 2 to 3 minutes. Typically 98% of accounts get opened instantly. We do our background checks and open those accounts or you may be asked for more information. तो वो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. Once the account is opened, आपको पैसा लोड करना होगा.
Right.
So the difference here is in the US, once you load dollars, you can buy, sell and keep the dollars there. For 180 days, you can keep the money uninvested or else then you bring it back.
Okay.
So it's kind of a wallet structure.
Correct.
So for that, you have this bank, the liberalized remittance scheme of the RBI, जिसमें we spoke about this $2.5 lakh that you can invest. So there we have partnerships with
What all
banks.
banks मतलब जहाँ पे मेरा अकाउंट होना पड़ेगा तो मैं कर पाऊंगा?
So you can वैसे तो कर सकते हो कोई भी बैंक से, but a simpler journey on vested today is available with HDFC, ICICI, Axis and IDFC.
Okay.
And we'll add a couple of more banks soon. So through these banks, literally online, you can say, okay, load $10,000. You need to have that money in your bank account. Somebody from the bank will check कि आपका LRS limit तो cross नहीं हुआ है, and then they will process that transaction.
Okay, all right.
It's not instant. जैसे आज इंडिया में UPI करके instant कर सकते हो, अभी तक instant नहीं है. But if you do it before 2 p.m. in the day, शाम तक पैसा आ जाता है.
Okay.
So once the
business
US
day होना चाहिए.
हाँ, business day होना चाहिए, correct. So once the US markets open, your money will be there, and then that's it. You can buy, sell however you want.
And what about the settlement? India में a lot of settlements happen on the same day or T+1 day. T+2 पे बहुत कम stocks बचे.
हाँ.
So वहाँ पे अगर मैं कोई stock लिया हुआ है, बेच दिया मैंने, तो क्या मेरे पास वो पैसा तुरंत आ जाता है और मैं तुरंत दूसरा ले सकता हूँ या फिर it takes a day or two?
हाँ. So it is T+1 settlement.
Okay.
However, अगर आप so there is a certain rule कि आप ले के बेच रहे हो तो you can again buy something, but you cannot sell it again.
Okay.
Because you are basically using in a way borrowed money, not borrowed, but हाँ. So you cannot complete another trade without it being settled.
Got it. So it's majorly T+1.
हाँ.
और अभी इंडिया में गिफ्ट सिटी के थ्रू इनवर्ड आउटवर्ड रेमिटेंस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत प्रोसेस को सीमलेस करने का गवर्नमेंट देख रही है. तो हाउ डज द एंटायर गिफ्ट सिटी कम्स इनटू आवर स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स? इज इट something that is competitive or is it something that is complementary?
It's very much complementary, and we are very excited with kind of all of the things happening there. So sort of the mission of Gift City to connect India to the world is very similar to our mission, which is what we also want to do, both in and out. And now there is certain licenses available for, you know, if you want to offer international investing to Indian residents, to NRIs, so you can get licensed there, which we will be doing. The money movement can be streamlined there. You can hold money in 8 currencies there. So not just dollar, you can hold it in HKD, Japanese yen, as an Indian resident. So you know that becomes much easier if you want to invest.
अकाउंट खुल जाता है और वहाँ पे मैं पैसा कोई भी करेंसी में होल्ड कर सकता हूँ.
हाँ, करेक्ट. एक बार आपने भेज दिया, फिर आप कोई भी करेंसी में होल्ड कर सकते हो, इन्वेस्ट करो, वापस वहाँ पे लेके आओ, कन्वर्ट करो. जब भी वापस इंडिया लाना है तो कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो.
लिमिट वहाँ पे भी रहती है 2.5 लाख की डॉलर्स की या फिर it changes?
No, the limit is still the same.
Okay, all right.
And there is a separate regulator there, which is called IFSCA. So they are a combination of a bunch of regulators from India, and it's a very exciting space to watch out for.
तो क्या मेरे को कोई टैक्स बेनिफिट भी मिलते हैं अगर मैं वो स्पेस यूज करके इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ और वापस रिडीम कर रहा हूँ तो?
नहीं, फिलहाल no tax benefits. It's one is the main advantage is कि आपको एक इंडियन रेगुलेटर से now you have regulatory coverage
Correct.
for international investor. वैसे पहले आपको इंटरनेशनल रेगुलेटर से ही मिलता था.
हम्म
एंड सेकंड इज द पूरा ये जो फंड इकोसिस्टम बन रहा है, तो म्यूचुअल फंड जो यहाँ आप नहीं कर पाओगे, सेम लेट्स से एसेट मैनेजर्स का वहाँ फंड होगा
ओके
जो आप ग्लोबली
वहाँ का वो XYZ AMC है
हाँ
उसके साथ मैं डायरेक्टली इन्वेस्ट यहाँ से कर पाऊंगा
हाँ
Okay,
बस सेम इंडिया वाले एसेट मैनेजर्स ही.
ओके ऑलराइट
हाँ तो जो भी एमसीज यहाँ है नाउ दे आर ओपनिंग गिफ्ट सिटी फंड्स, तो वो वहाँ से आप ग्लोबली फंड के थ्रू कर सकते
तो अगेन फिर उसमें वो $7 बिलियन की लिमिट हिट वो अलग हो गई और ये
Yes.
मेरा 2.5 लाख का लिमिट जो नया है खुद का है
हो. एग्जैक्टली
वो इसमें एग्जॉस्ट कर सकता हूँ
Exactly.
ओके गॉट
हाँ,
इट सो
हाँ.
सम SIPs एट जो जा रहे फंड से वो अलग हो गए ये 2.5 लाख में लमसम
हाँ,
भी कर सकता हूँ
हाँ.
फंड्स के
एंड इंटरेस्टिंग वो होता है कि आप अगर चलो आपने एक बार इन्वेस्ट कर लिया, आप 3 साल बाद सेल कर लिया, तो अदरवाइज यू मे हैव टू ब्रिंग इट बैक, राइट? अब गिफ्ट सिटी में आप वहाँ रखो और री इन्वेस्ट भी कर सकते हो,
Oh,
कहीं और री इन्वेस्ट करना हो, फंड से निकाल के मेरे को चलो वेस्टेड पे डालना है, तो यू कैन डू दैट इनटू स्टॉक्स.
गॉट इट सो मैं वो करेंसी बार बार एक्सचेंज करने का
Correct.
हैसल पूरा खत्म हो जाता है
एग्जैक्टली.
एंड आई एम नॉट losing out on that currency exchange multiple times
Exactly.
that I'm doing. Correct.
So it's a piece of foreign land within India, which is excellent concept, and it's taken sort of 15-20 years to get where it is, but
Yes.
the next 10 years I think will be very interesting.
But I think if it is done in the right way, इंडिया भी उस टाइम पे भी है जहाँ पे लोग ज़्यादा करना चाहेंगे बाहर. 20 साल पहले आप बात करते कि इंडिया से बाहर पैसा इन्वेस्ट करना आपको तो बहुत पहले तो इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए कम लोग थे, बाहर करने के लिए तो और कम हो जाते हैं.
Exactly.
दिस इज अ गुड टाइम वेयर यू नो पीपल are wanting to invest and they are wanting to invest in multiple products. So
Correct.
exactly बन
Yep.
जाता है. Any last remarks that you would like to tell to Indian investors, an honest advice regarding investing in the US markets from India?
I think one thing I would say is that it's just that barrier in the first time where people feel like it's a very complicated process. तो वो पहला एक बार चालू कर लोगे, then you will realize how simple and easy it is. So that myth needs to be somewhere addressed कि it is not thinking about अच्छा US में यहाँ बैठे बैठे it's too much of a headache. All of those things are now with technology very much simplified. And in today's kind of multipolar world, it is very essential to diversify geographically. There are different dynamics every day, and it plays out so fast that to sustainably build wealth over the long term, it's very important to do that. And so just figure out some way to take a small piece of action right now, and then over time you can build your portfolio. And majority India में ही होना है. That is of course there. Some diversification is required.
Correct. A certain portion of your portfolio once it grows big can go to the US market. So diversification में मिल जाता है and extra returns you can basically generate. Got it. Thank you so much, Viram. I think it was some of the pointers were very relevant for the Indian audience because I'm very sure they were not aware about the taxation rules, about the limits that we had, about the cap on mutual funds that are there, about some of the platforms which we can use to analyze and know about sectors which are trending in the US apart from the FANG companies. So thank you so much for taking out time और आपने हमारे साथ शूट किया and you have given us this piece of information.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thanks a lot.